Very good morning. A little larger than I was expecting, but I am very happy to see all bright faces this morning. And thank you very much for the very lovely introduction. Thank you very much in advance for having me here. Ma'am, I see some students who are not able to see me because of the pillars. So we can bring them in front. Or you tell me where should I stand?
Maybe on the stage. The visibility will
Oh, they can all see me.
on the stage.
Okay. So that's great that I'm live on YouTube, which means my interns also will be able to see later on YouTube. That's great. That's really fantastic. This is what I love about institutions who take the total benefit of technology. All of us, we are so blessed today because we have technology. Just that we need to be very sure whether we are its slave or we are ensuring that technology is doing everything that we want for our progress and for our betterment. So that is the only part I speak with everyone, not just teenagers. With everyone I speak as to you have such a fantastic tool with you. How are you making the most of it? So keep that little note in mind, and we can always have a discussion on that and your questions. Today we are here, as already in the introduction mentioned, that mental health week as well as Swasthya. Absolutely. Swasthya Atma. When you speak fearlessly. Because here there are no points, everything is, we are sharing, and we are here to share not just one way but two ways. I am also going to learn so much from you. Every day when I step out of the house, we learn. I learn from the people I interact with. I learn while I am sharing, but I'm always open to. And it's such a blessing that every day something new is learned. And definitely we are going to interact and share. So the topic we have when we say Swasthya Avalon, we are talking not just of cleanliness as a drive. We are talking of cleanliness as a part of our personality. And when we say cleanliness, it's not just physical or environmental, it's complete, feeling. When you say clean, what is that feeling? That feeling needs to be in us with a lot of confidence. As in my introduction it was mentioned that I am a career counselor. Sorry, I need to update the information. It's more than 4 lakh profiles now. And after COVID it increased because it went online all over the world. So the number increased. And in so many years, yesterday I met a young man who is 31 now. He's very well established in his financial accounting profession. I know him since he was 4 because many years ago, which is almost like 25 to 30 years ago, I used to run a children's club called Flamingo Club. Today Flamingo is Navi Mumbai, but in those days there was not a single flamingo in Navi Mumbai. It was just that I love the bird since I don't know why, from a very long time, and I named the children club Flamingo Club. Many children who studied in Avalon also attended the ones who are, from the first and second batch of Avalon. Now Avalon is like 3 decades. So he has been with me since he was 4. In the sense, he was in a club, then he came for his career guidance, then he got his job, then he got married, he has a baby, he came for consulting a program that I run, How to Improve Your Baby's Intelligence. So he comes for that also. And few days ago, he messaged me that I want to do a career in economics and I need your guidance. So also very much interested in chemistry. I won't say who he is because he's very well known. If I just say the business he has in Vashi, all of you would be knowing him. But confidentiality, though he won't mind, but client confidentiality is the oath of the counselor. So I won't say who he is. But I was so happy and amazed because in all these years, there has been hardly anybody who comes for career counseling and talks to me about, everybody wants to be an engineer or a financial consultant or an architect or a designer, musician, dancer, doctor, and many of them have gone into the social areas like helping the world or working with environment-friendly material, etc. But he came to me and he said, I want to do a career in economics, and knowing him, I asked him, I'm sure you've done a lot of research on what you want to actually do, and tell me now what you want from me, like what are the goals of this session today, and what all you want me to help you with. And he said, because I was thinking he's going to ask for business economics. We have an MBA in business economics. Now he's already a established, very good salaried person in financial accounting. I thought his next step in economics would be business economics. But he said, I am very keen on doing environmental economics. It's one of the subjects which is there in business economics. And what does environment economics consist of? So he had done an entire research on how a little forest in Kana, Madhya Pradesh, Kana, you would be knowing the forest, Kana National Park, very well known for tigers, and Rudyard Kipling. It's more on our chart because Rudyard Kipling wrote many books while he was in Ghana. And in the initial days, I visited Ghana almost 35 years ago, and in those days we used to do elephant back ride to spot the tiger. And now it is no longer there, the elephant back ride, because one, it's not safe. 2, it's really not very nice thing when a tiger is had its fill to go and disturb when the tiger is really like for his siesta. It's very safe though because they won't attack. And I have spotted on your elephant back tiger at this distance. After that also recently I worked with the Karnataka forest with the guards, counseling them for the problems they have. We would wonder, forest guards, what problem? But living in core forest is pretty, not just dangerous, but hardship. So as a part of the medical camp, we also do counseling for them. And now tiger sighting and all has become so commercial, no? Like Tadoba has tigers who are literally celebrities. You must have all heard of Maya, the legendary Maya. I don't know how always she's with cubs. Maya and her cubs. It's always like that. So I was very happy when he started giving all the explanation as to how the little deforestation or the problems in the forest have an impact on the entire world. The the nature, you are all experiencing. Have you experienced a summer like what you did last year or this year? Ever in your life? Is anyone looking forward to taking out sweaters during Diwali holidays? No one. We don't shop for sweaters any longer. Whereas when I was a kid, the Diwali day, the morning bath used to be at 6 o'clock in the morning, because after that we would all go to Gateway of India and feed the fishes over there. It's like a tradition to feed fishes at Gateway of India. But that 6 o'clock bathing was torture, because it used to be very cold. Do we ever experience that kind of now? We don't, we in fact don't even use the warm water any longer. We are always very comfortable with the, so this is the kind of climate change which is coming. But in the last year it is gone from, we were always very good constant at -1 temperature and average for the entire world, and today we have gone +1, which is, it may just sound like 1 degree, but it's a huge impact. And why do you think that is happening? So I'm not going to talk much about the cleanliness of the world or all that. I'm going to talk more about how we create it here. It's so important here. You all must have, or most of you must have traveled across the world or some places in the world. What is the stark difference that you see? We have very rich culture, very excellent brilliance, intelligence. We have so much of warmth and love. Yesterday a client was sharing with me that one of the Japanese clients said that in India you people actually fight, which is awesome. Because in Japan we would not even get into a fight. So everything is suppressed. I'm not saying it's very good that we get into a fight, nothing like that. But for him it was like, oh my God, people really actually take the trouble to fight. They are not going to care anywhere. So though it sounds a little weird, but it's like we are people who care. We are going to be, as parents, you all know, every parent is telling their children, don't do this because we know you're going to land on your face. But I always tell parents, let them do it. Only when you land on your face you realize what it is not to land on. You have to land on the face to realize what it would be not to land on. So, but our parents, our grandparents, even our neighbors are so concerned. We may say, oh, gossip, but they are concerned. They want to know about you. They care, even for whatever reason. It's like we have that. But what is one stark thing that puts us behind? Yes? Absolutely. And everyone knows the answer. Everyone knows that answer. It's cleanliness. So, what a wonderful initiative to talk about. Let us today, each one of us, take a responsibility that we are going to bring about that change. And when, again I repeat, when I say cleanliness, it begins here. It begins inside. It begins how you feel. It's not just our house, our mind, our body. It is the entire planet. And the well-being, the mental health and the physical health and environmental health of every person, every being. When we say being, we put everybody in it. It's the animals, the birds, the nature, the plants, the furniture, the living and non-living thing. So, I have done my like kind of a beginning. You know, when you're watching a movie or something, there's a beginning statement that. Now, I have a question for you that what are you expecting or what are you wanting to take as a takeaway from the session today? What do you want to take back home and have a discussion with your friends who are not in this school, or your cousins or your parents, or just someone whom you regularly interact with? What is the takeaway you want from this session? Please feel free to just speak, because we are not really, and I don't want you sitting over there and waiting this session kab khatam hoga and we can go back. Let's not have a session like that. Let's really enjoy and both way learn. Anyone? No expectations. You want to write and send? Yes. Depression and how to cope up with it. Fantastic. Definitely coming to that, and I like that you have mentioned that. Anything else? I am definitely covering depression. Yes? Beautiful. How to keep your mind and body clean and be happy and spread happiness around also. You already got a pat, see, or asking that question. Lovely. So, one more. Let's take 3 topics. One more. Yes? Wow. How to keep your social life and personal life balanced. Wow, fantastic. Any more questions coming in? Hold that thought and wait for me. We are going to start with all 3. The questions are actually quite interrelated. So we are going to start with depression, and let me give you a little bit of background of why depression happens. All must have, you must have been watching a lot of shows and Netflix, Prime Video, etc. And you must have heard the neurotransmitter called serotonin and dopamine. All have heard that? Fantastic. I'm so happy that you all come alive with the serotonin levels and dopamine levels getting activated in your brain. Thank you. So, why is it that some people experience depression while some people are always happy-go-lucky, nothing really bothers them, they just don't get affected by anything? Why does that happen? The answer is very, very simple. For example, 13 reasons why. No conversation can happen without 13 reasons why coming into the conversation when you are talking of depression or suicide. Right? Almost everyone has seen that? No? Oh, I thought it's quite a popular series with okay, maybe we don't want to say we've seen that, that's also fine. But it's quite a popular series with teenagers. And why would a person who experiences a lot of rejection, sadness, problems, issues, resort to something like suicide? End of life to, yes, you were saying something, yes. I can't hear you, sorry. You have to come closer.
We have a second mic.
We'll have a second mic, that's correct. It's there. They might have lost their purpose of life. Okay? Okay, I will just keep that. Anyone else wants to add? Why would anybody resort to taking their own lives? Yes.
Want to escape from the problem.
To escape from the problem.
That is also one reason when you come to know or when you come to realize that this is out of my control. So people can think that I can't do it and there will be no one to help you. So they will,
Okay, so lose hope.
yeah.
Kind of lose hope. Yes, very good. Very good explanation. Losing purpose of life, losing hope. What else? What else happens? I'm going to ask a very, yes,
There is nothing worth living for.
there's nothing worth it. Very popular. Almost you got a standing ovation. So, not worth living. So, all it boils down to hopelessness. But I am going to ask you one question, all of you here. If ever a thought of suicide comes into your mind, what are you going to do? Okay. Okay, very good. Oh. Okay, I agree with you. I am going to talk more about it. There was someone here. Let's listen. This is very informative. Okay, so yes.
Keep a picture of your parents.
Okay. थोड़ा emotional drama है. Yes. I can't hear you. Sorry. Please calm down. Please calm down. Yeah.
Yeah, one should think about the pros and cons of doing, and automatically you see that the pros, like the cons are more, so you won't do it. Thinking like that.
Okay.
You should know why you are given a birth in this world, like remember your purpose and
Fantastic thought process. Fantastic thought process. But I'm talking of a time when you're all very young, but you're all teenagers, and teenagers it's very normal when you're a teenager to like someone, to even think that this one is my life, and this is the person I would like to spend my not one but 7 lives. I don't know if you understand. So I always tell the teenagers to wait. Don't be in a hurry to decide that, because you're still in school. When you go to college and universities, you'll have more variety. See, when you change your thought process, see how much joy comes into our life. Just the thought of the variety is already making you happy and it's okay, ma'am. I'll bring them. Now, coming back to that same thread that we were talking about, that teenagers may have during teenagers we feel, my goodness, this person, my world, my life, and that person suddenly starts ignoring. It's kind of the end of the world. You're not in a position to think about, I need to think about my mom and dad, I need to think about my work. And the feeling is that I want to die. So that, don't stop at that. So that that person will realize how much I love God. Oh, come on, do you think anybody will realize? So I would go just one little tip over here. You all have done very good by saying that by thinking about your parents. That's the beauty of our relationships and our bonding. We think about our parents just the way they are always thinking about us. Even if you have parents who are nagging or who are telling you clean your wardrobe, look at the filth you have, look at yourself, even if they are doing that, they are the ones you need to have a relationship whom you can go to every time you have a good news, you go to them. The first call, the first message, the first communication needs to be with your parents. You have good news, you have bad news, also they need to know. So, many of you are thinking now, but my parents don't understand me. If I go and say, I've had a breakup, they're going to break me. You are going to school to study or to have affairs and breakups. I request you all to look into yourself and see your capacity. Yes, sir. Can I help? Yes, you were looking behind. This used to happen in my college also. I would create a mischief. The guy who looks behind would get caught. I'm sitting behind quiet. So, trap. Don't fall into the trap of turning behind. Look forward always. Okay. So, where was I? Sorry, I lost the... See, heartbreak. Everybody remembers heartbreak. So we are talking about a communication with your parents. Communication meaning, if you feel they are not understanding you, make effort. How much effort you put into so many other things. So make effort to calmly sit and tell them, Mom, Papa, I need your help. I'm telling you some magic, four magic words. I need your help. Magic words. Talk to them. What is important is how you speak. How you speak when you want to go for a party which you are sure they are not going to let you go. That time how you speak. How you start helping them. Can I do this? Can I do that? Would you like me to press your feet? Is it paining? It's not paining. Still let me press. So we are all smart, very smart. Because our parents wanted us to be smart. You know why each one of you is brilliant? Each one of you is brilliant because when the baby is in the womb, the mother has nothing else on her mind but my baby needs to be the best. And you are. For every parent, you are the shining star. You are. So you need to use that brilliance, that intelligence to first and foremost keep on your priority list a good communication with your parents first. Who else is a parent besides the biological parent? Teachers. Very good. Who else? Siblings. Very good. Who else? Friends. Very good. Very good. Who else? Grandparents. Very good. Very nice. So why I'm saying this, that it's not just we'll begin with our parents, we'll master the art over there, and we'll slowly creep into all these different relationships and become a master of communication skills. When you learn to communicate verbally, you are also paying attention to the non-verbal communication. It's not like I love you and your body language is saying something else. So both have to be in sync, right? I'm glad you're all enjoying, because when we enjoy any session, we always remember. And when we remember that somewhere or the other, just about 4 or 5 days ago, someone from 16 years ago messaged me on LinkedIn because I was not really active, and suddenly I became active. I don't know what I did, I just became active. And I got a message from a student who, from Pune Symbiosis College, Symbiosis School. She wrote to me a huge letter of gratitude saying that, "Ma'am, I'm so sorry it's so late to say thank you, but every day of my life I am doing what you had recommended, and when I look back at my report, it's exactly what you had mentioned, so thank you very much." So somewhere either it is a clap, genuinely clap, or reminder, please wind up. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, I'm just joking. So, we have come to a very important part. Now, coming back to again depression. The neurotransmitters, serotonin and dopamine. Why I'm focusing on that? Because how come there are some people who are not affected, and how come there are some people who are so quickly affected? It is got nothing to do with the upbringing, because many a times when I used to go to many places, they would tell me the upbringing is there, the environment is there. All these things play a small part, but a huge part is played in the brain with the neurotransmitters, and this we need to be aware of, not just for ourselves, but for others also. So what is the first step we would take when we know that there is a chemical locha or imbalance? What would we do? We would seek medical help. But to seek medical help, you need to have good communication with your parents, with your teachers, with your friends, to make them understand what you are going through. You need to speak, you need to express, you need to accept. Be aware of all these things. Awareness is a very major thing. That is why I began with communication first, and now I am going to the explanation of the neurotransmitters. Do you also know that there is food? There are food which increases your serotonin and your dopamine. You are aware of that. So you have to take, but sometimes even with the food, it's not happening. So you need supplement. You need supplement, just like imagine you have had a fracture. If you have had a fracture, believe me, a fracture and a heartbreak, उतना ही time लगता है heal होने में. But in fracture, we take medicine, we take physiotherapy, we take calcium, we take soups, bone strengthening activities, we do all this. In heartbreak, we only think of dying. Or any other situation. So, what is important is focus on your, very good. When you said you're thinking about your parents, please go one step ahead and interact also with them, and then take medical help, just like you take in any other illness. When you're feeling heavy here and hurt here and absolutely no hope, feeling of worthlessness, etc., etc., Please take help. Every school, everywhere, we are surrounded by people whom you are close to. You may be close to some teachers, you may be comfortable with a counselor, you may be very comfortable even with the school principal. I was very comfortable with my school principal. I used to comfortably walk into her office and be able to tell her, "Ma'am, I need your help." I've written a book on her, dedicated book to her. She passed away just before COVID. But every year I used to visit her. She was in Bangalore for the last few years, and I would visit her on her birthday and share some very good moments together. So I was so comfortable with her that I used to straight away. But I was also comfortable with my mom. My mom was only educated till 7th standard because she had dyslexia. Nobody knew in those days what was dyslexia. So she decided she doesn't want to study, and she had the option of going for vocational training. She was a master at all the glass work and painting and craft and origami, etc. But more than the degrees that whatever she had, she was my confidant. I could go and tell her in 9th standard. I remember one day I went and told her, "I like this boy in my class. He's very handsome, tall, and blah blah blah." And after a week, and she just heard me, and she was like, "I trust you. I know you." That much, nothing else. After a week, I had the comfort to go and tell her, "Ma, I don't like him anymore." Not because somebody else was like it. That kind of relationship we need to develop with our parents. What is a very important ingredient required over here? Trust and commitment. And trust. They trust you. If trust is broken, ensure that you rebuild again. It's not like टूट गया कभी नहीं होगा. These are all sad filmy dialogues which we don't need to let them remain in films only, not in our real life. Right? Going to the next question, which was how to. One was how to balance the social and personal life. The next question was how to cope. Happy, remaining happy and spreading joy. Once again, exercise, regular good food, regular doing activities, community service. All your school is known for imbibing all this within you, being with elderly, being with spirituality, being with community service. Do things that give you joy, that make you happy. Do not do things which will not like artificial happiness, not what people will think about me. First of all, very important for you is to reflect on yourself, write what makes me happy. If I ask you to write now, how many you think, how much will be the list to be? A quick run in your brain. Tell me how much, just tell me the number. What are the things that make you happy? Don't tell me the things because you're a large crowd and you're not really get into that. I need to deliver a few things. Yes? 101, fantastic. 100 things. Don't be amazed. She can definitely write it down whenever. But if you have put a number of 100, immediately maybe you are thinking of 4. It's okay. That 4 will quickly go to 40. Yes?
50.
Sorry?
50 things.
50 things. Good enough. Do not limit yourself to the moral of the story or the purpose of the exercise was that don't limit yourself to 1, 2, 3, 4 because these things actually you can understand how that number goes by doing one little exercise before you go to sleep. I'm sure you must have already learned this, but tonight, before you go to sleep, take up paper and pen or just in your mind count how many things you are grateful for in the day, during the day. How much ever tired I am, I never sleep without doing that exercise. Sometimes I'm doing that exercise in my mind and I just doze off to sleep. But believe me, this activity, if you make a part of your life, that you brush your teeth in the morning, brushing the teeth in the morning, I don't think anyone would be missing. Similarly, if no one misses the gratitude at night, you are going to see wonders happening to you every day. So, thank you for the beautiful morning, thank you for the greenery around me, thank you for the breakfast, thank you for my mom getting up and preparing such a wonderful breakfast for me, thank you for the school, thank you for the journey, thank you for that green signal. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for the fantastic teachers. Thank you for the lunch that I had. Thank you for the comfort that I'm feeling in my heart and my soul. It is endless. I have only reached morning 10 o'clock right now. When you do that before sleeping, the final statement you can say is, tomorrow is the best day of my life. Every day say this. Last night when I slept, I mentioned, tomorrow's session is the best session, are the best sessions of my life. I'm doing two. Same, similar ones. And every time I say that, and every time I am satisfied when I go back. You think that is difficult? Whatever I said, is it difficult? So, here's your happiness quotient. Everybody's happiness quotient rising. But very important is lot of physical activity. Sitting, because I do a lot of sedentary work, sitting, writing, most of the time writing or counseling or online training, I'm sitting. So I added compulsory 10,000, minimum 10,000 steps to my life. Have the count up. Don't carry your anywhere the count up. So add that to your life and you see how much more energy, how much more happiness, everything comes. The situation of a teenager and a menopausal person, 50s, 60s age, is very much similar because there are hormonal imbalances, hormonal changes, sometimes imbalances. And the best thing for all that is activity. Dancing, singing, creativity, helping, activity. That's a good answer for you? Great. We come to balancing social and personal life. The question is, friends are calling, but mother is saying, no going, nothing going. Have you finished? That time only she asked, have you finished all the homework? Do you know how much grade you got last year? Do you understand what is important in your life? Do you know how to prioritize? Once again, this was your question. Now, whatever I have spoken, whatever I mentioned about communication, what steps do you think you will take to bring about that balance? Tell me. How about coming here and let it come? I mean, your standing ovation.
So first of all, I think that when it comes to personal life and social life, so first you have to prioritizing things first, like what is necessary to do, like what is more important. So go at a party or doing something or doing a work that submission is necessary. So that's the first thing I think we should prioritize our things and we do wisely. That we have a following or people that they are talking because of this, but actually it's the opposite thing they want us to do.
Absolutely. See, it's just, I'm going to elaborate a little bit on it. It's thank you so much. That was very nice. When we talk about goals and prioritizing, a very important part of our life, which we all, another positive affirmation I'm going to leave you with, is very good time management. You have time management, you do not need to let go of anything. You can balance by finishing your work and also going for a party. If you follow a proper time management, you can accomplish everything that you set your mind on. With time management comes prioritizing. Definitely. So what I need to begin with, this is my timetable. What I need to start with? How do I make the most of my 24 hours and definitely sleep for 8 to 9 hours? How much time is left if you sleep for 9 hours?
8 hours. 8 hours.
That's lots. Really, it's lots. All you need to repeat now, one affirmation, never say I don't have time. From today onwards, you will say I am blessed with time and I accomplish all my goals on time. This I am coming to giving you the power of your
positive information.
yes, and fill in the blanks. Power of your subconscious mind. All these words which are new to you, I encourage you to do research. When you say these affirmations before sleeping and immediately when you wake up in the morning, you are in alpha and theta brainwave and your brain makes it all happen for real. 17 seconds. Any problem you have in life or anything you want, use the technique of visualizing it all happen 17 seconds. Today, you all are going to do this experiment when you go back home. Before going back home, sit in a very quiet mind, which option I'm going to give you now. Just we have 4 minutes and we are going to do that. Now 4 minutes is how many seconds?
40.
We need only 17 seconds to visualize what you want your mom or dad or something to say to you. Let's start with saying to you. Okay? Shall we do that? So first of all, sit very relaxed. Legs not crossed, arms not crossed. Very relaxed. Your body is very relaxed. Slowly and gently close your eyes. Take your mind to your nostrils. Watch your breath. You are breathing gently and lovingly. Slow breathing. soft breathing. Body is very relaxed, calm, peaceful. You're feeling a sense of calmness and joy. This is a very good time to visualize a conversation you want to hear from a person you've been wanting to hear from. In that visualization, pay attention to the auditory words which are beautifully flowing out from that person's mouth. Watch the fragrance around, whether it is incense or flowers or the diffuser in the house. Watch the feeling you are getting on your skin, goosebumps or excitement or joy. Watch the effect that's happening. All your five senses, eyes, nose, taste, touch, ears. Watch you feeling so happy and joyful to hear that, and feeling grateful, very, very grateful. You may relax now. Rub your palms. Relax your eyes. And now just wait for it to happen. It's very powerful visualization technique. Affirmations are very powerful when you wake up in the morning before sleeping, and also if you do this relaxation and then do visualization and affirmation. There are students who have got the scores they want. It's not like, a genie coming out. It's when you see that, visualize that score, your brain helps you to work towards it. So whatever you want in your life, all the good things, please use it only for good things. For yourself, for others, for this world. And I'm very, very grateful for you all to have participated so beautifully for this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, ma'am. On behalf of